Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from the Isle of Man in the UK. This is John and Mike's MMA Corner.
Mr. Jose Torres, you're joining me now. So, finally, let's say it. Let's fingers crossed as well. Fingers crossed, legs crossed, toes crossed. 4th of March, you're going to finally have your MMA pro debut. Sounds good.
I'm definitely excited if it happens.
If it happens. You're fighting, I want to say it's probably, I think it's pronounced George or Jorge Dominguez. He's making his pro debut again. They've kept it balanced in the sense of, you know, like we spoke about before, they're not giving you someone who's had a handful of fights. They're keeping it a very level playing field. And you've got a new, fresh face opponent to think about and get yourself ready for.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited. So it's George Dominguez, or Jorge Dominguez, if you want to use the Latin accent to it. Overall, he's 0-0 as a pro. He's also making his pro debut, but he is 9-4, I believe, as an amateur. Definitely not as experienced as my my amateur record, but overall, it's going to be a great fight, and Titan is picking the proper fights for me, which is very respectable by them.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, he's 9-4. He's got a lot of bouts there. Good experience at least. It's not like he had 4 amateur bouts or something. He's got a good handful. He's got some losses in which help, I think, really mould a fighter and help a fighter develop as well. You know, it will help him. It'll toughen him up a bit more. It will get him in the right mindset for making the pro debut. And I have to say, it's nice to see the IMMAF, they do really help push you and promote you as well. The support they've been giving you is fantastic.
Yeah, it's been really awesome. Everybody at the IMF has been doing a great job helping promote me and helping me get a fight. I'm the only 2-time world champion, so for them, I'm kind of been announced as their new poster boy in a sense. So I'm definitely very happy about that, and I'm actually hoping to go back to Worlds this year and just show my face and hopefully motivate some of the fighters to, do what I did, graduate college, or at least get some type of education, and also win a world championship.
Well, that's the thing. You can pass on your experience. You can pass on, like you say, great advice, and say that, look, get a bit of education because anything can happen. You could have a slip in the gym, and you pop your knee out, and that's you done. It's always good to have that backup.
That was exactly my plan. Was I love MMA, I love the sport of fighting, but just in case, either I get hurt or, hey, let's just say I'm not that good at it, I have something to fall back on.
Now, last time we spoke, you were training up with Liz Carmouche, I believe, last time, up at her area. Well, what's happening with you at the moment? Where have you been? Have you been anywhere else? Have you been doing anything else?
Yeah, so, last time I was in San Diego Combat Academy with Team Hurricane Awesome and Liz Carmouche over there. Definitely a great training camp, the 10 planet system. I learned a lot, mainly on the ground, mainly on my back, because my combat do is more of an attacking type of judo jiu-jitsu. So for me, I'm usually on top, and being over there was really nice to, even though I'm a wrestler, I hate being on my back, but getting used to it and, just going, okay, hey, don't panic when you're on your back. So for me right now, since Titan did have their last card canceled, I doubt it's going to happen again anytime soon. But it was a little hard to find me a fight. I remember calling the promoters and going, hey, can you fight? No? Okay, all right, call next week. Fight? No? Oh, God, So I didn't want to spend a little extra money for a training camp. So right now, I'm from Chicago, Illinois. I drove down to Columbia, Missouri, Central Missouri, and trained with Hula House MMA. So I trained over there for a week, and actually currently right now, I've got to St. Louis, and I'll be training with Tyrone Woodley at American Top Team St. Louis, and also Mike Rogers Gym's St. Charles MMA. Right now I'll be in St. Louis for the week, and then after that I'll drive up back to Chicago, train at my home gym, Combat Do, and train at Garfield Park for boxing. So it's getting a lot of different looks, getting to travel at the same time, and it's old friends and old faces. Last week I was with the 170-pound world champion William Starks from Team USA, so I was training with him. And then this week I'm with the national champion David Evans. He also competed at Worlds. Sadly, he lost to the 145-pound champion Franz Malambo. But I'll be going to work hand on hand with him as well.
Tyron Woodley, he's a lazy boy to be around. He's overweight. He's not even that good, Tyron Woodley. You won't get much out of that boy.
Yeah, he's a big guy. I doubt I'll be sparring with him anytime soon. But overall, if he has any advice for me when I go to the gym today, that's definitely what I'm looking for. Just different looks and somebody to tell me something that another coach isn't telling me. Hey, put your hands up, or hey, you got to do this. Whatever the case is.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. You've got someone with a level head there, good experience. All you got to do is just be that sponge. That's the key. That's all you got to do, mate. Is just keep sponging up that information. And like you said, you're travelling around. It's great because that's exactly what you're doing. You're almost like a young Clay Guida. Clay Guida just gets in his RV, goes around, and just trains at gyms, and that's all he does. It's beautiful what he does there. He's got his mainstay, but he goes to different gyms. He was recently at Glory MMA. That was it. I think it was last month or the month before. He was there training with some of the guys there, doing a bit, and it's great to see because he's doing the right thing. And a lot of fighters need to do that. They need to get out their comfort zone of their gym and just go somewhere else and just try things out. And I tell you what, I imagine it's worked for you. I imagine the fighter you were last year is not the fighter you are today.
It's definitely true. I look at my film last year, and I'll show people where I go, man, I could have done so much more. Or the first two guys that I faced, I was like, oh man, I definitely could have finished them a lot easier, or I could have finished them overall. And it's what happened, and now it's like, okay, at least I know I'm better than them. So I'm very happy that my skills have improved, or hopefully they've improved, and I'm hoping to show that on March 4th.
And that's the thing. Your pro debut, it's building up. That's the thing. It's the build up that's probably the problem. I think the anticipation, it kind of keeps building. Does that get you at all? Does that kind of get into your mind? Does that? Obviously, I'm hoping I'm not planting any seed, but the fact that it keeps building up, does it play with you at all?
Oh, you're getting me nervous. No, no, it's definitely a good time. I know when I first won Worlds, I remember just walking out there and there's 30,000 people in attendance watching walk around during the UFC Fight Pass. So it was like, oh man, even if they're not directly watching a fight, there's big screens everywhere showing people getting knocked out. So those nerves showed in the first time fighting Worlds, and the second time, I don't know. I guess it showed the veteran world champion walking in there, and I was just like, all right, cool. This is just another day at work. And so I'm just really excited to get back on UFC Fight Pass. This will be my 6th appearance on UFC Fight Pass. This time it will actually be live. And, I'm facing a good opponent. No matter what his record is, that one shot could always still knock me out. Or, I could always get caught in any type of submission. So, definitely have to be ready. And it's going to be a great time. I'm just happy everyone's supporting me. Everyone's promoting me. And, I'm definitely ready to get back and put that effort I've been putting in the gym for, about 6 months now. So, I'm just happy they found me an opponent. Yeah, I'm telling you, when Titan canceled their event, they're like, hey man, try to find another event somewhere, somewhere small and local, and see if you can get a fight. I was like, cool, yeah, no problem. I called these promoters, and there was one guy, I'm not going to state the name, but there was one guy who was 4-1, and he was 5'11". I'm 5'4", so there's a definite height and reach advantage there. I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll take the fight, and the only reason I asked for him is because they couldn't find him fights. And then they go, hey, Shorty wants to fight, and he's like, oh, no, I don't want to fight Shorty. So it's definitely been a hassle to find me a fight, mainly for Titan FC. So I'm happy that, Jorge Dominguez took the fight, and, we're definitely going to put on a great show.
Well, that's the thing. Guys are protecting their records. That's what that is. Guys, you know what? That guy, I don't class someone who says no to a fight as a fighter. Especially early on in your career, I've never said no myself. The only time I've ever said no is because I physically couldn't have been at the event at the time because I'd already pre-booked myself to be away somewhere on holiday. And that was the only time I ever turned down a fight because I was already going away. And that's the only time I said no. I said I will fight him elsewhere if he wants, but I can't fight that promotion. I don't understand why. If you get in the fight game, fight. Win, lose or draw, you should get in there and you fight and that's it. You shouldn't say no, just get in there and do it.
Yeah, and it's a professional record now. It's not like amateur record where you lose, you can be 1-29, and I don't know, or pro you can be the opposite. You can be 29-1. So it's definitely very different. Amateur, you lose, okay, that record's going to be diminished once you go professional. So my 25-1 record means something right now, but once that cage closes and that fight starts, that record's gone.
Yeah, it is, my friend. It's a clean slate. Yeah,
build it up again.
And Jose, look, I cannot wait to see you make your debut. Honestly, it's honest when the event got cancelled and I saw you trying to get fights elsewhere. I was thinking I won't be able to see it because it might be on a local show and I won't be able to watch it, and I'll be a little bit gutted. I'll be honest, I'll be a little bit disappointed I wouldn't be able to see it, and maybe a bit selfish, but I thought happy days. He's fighting on Titan and he's making his debut now, so I get to watch it and I'm quite happy about that. And I think a lot of other people will be too, because there's invested interest in you as a fighter, I think, from people who are UFC Fight Pass holders and people who have seen you on social media and found out about yourself. I think it's really really helpful that the accessibility for your debut is there, so people who have watched you in the world can watch you transition to that pro rank now. Because if you did go into the regional scene, you would have lost that accessibility, and you probably would have lost the focus and the attention because people couldn't have watched it. So I think it's really good that it's happening.
Yeah, it's been a very long-awaited fight. I mean, I get people that message me where I finally posted the fight, and they're like, "Oh my God, finally!" And I was like, "Trust me, I had a friend just fight, and he was only 5-0 as an amateur." And because of the record, it's very easy to find a fight because people think they could take advantage of that.
Yeah.
And he was able to win the fight. He knocked out the guy in the first round, which is awesome. But, for me, having the 25-1 record, I'm just kind of like, come on, guys, no one wants to fight me, please. I'll give you my check. I don't care. I just want to fight. So it's, I'm just very happy to get back in there. And I don't know if you saw the recent post. Now I'm working with with nutrition. He's the one that's helping Johnny Hendricks for his upcoming fight this weekend. So, my weight cutting's been, or let me rephrase that, my weight management's been very, very good. It's been going very well for me, and, I feel a lot better during my training, and it's going to show tonight at, American Top Team St. Louis, and it's going to definitely show during my fight. It's going to be a whole new shorty. Maybe it's taller, you never know. I
like Lou. He's a great guy. I had him on, spoke to him. I spoke to him a couple of times. He's really nice to speak to, and do you know what? He is really much... He's almost got that. He's got a people person kind of thing. He's a really good speaker for people and connecting with them and trying to just help them out and work around them. I like him. I do like him, and I think you're in good hands there. It's a smart move.
Well, no, he's very realistic. I'm very happy that I know people that know other people. So that's the only way I met him is that, some of my, PR guys or just people would call him and go, "Hey, man, you should really help Shorty out. You should talk to him." And, we're able to work out a little deal. And, overall, everything's going great, And the funny thing was when I was in Columbia, Missouri last week, given I'm on my set food schedule, this is what I'm supposed to eat at this time, how much I'm supposed to eat. Well, I have my friends going, "Hey, let's go get Mexican," or "Hey, let's go do this," or "Hey, let's eat some deer jerky." I'm like, "Oh God, guys, you're not helping me." So, and the thing is, I have to send Lou all the pictures of what I eat. So I was like, "Hey, Lou, I just want to let you know these are taking me to Mexican. I don't have the best choice of friends right now." So, for me, and they would message me. We don't call it a diet because I'm still able to eat whatever I want. When we went to Mexican, I ate Mexican. When we had, any type of deer jerky, we had deer jerky. I was able to eat that. It's just, being proportionate to my body and to my diet right now. So everything worked out really, really well, and that's something I really like because you have some people that go, dietitians that go, "Hey, man, this is what I want you to eat at this time. This is the only thing you could have. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less." Compared to Lou, I'm like, "Hey, man, these guys are taking me out somewhere to eat." He goes, "Okay, cool. Send me pictures of the menu, and I'll order for you. Do you like this? Yeah, I like it. Okay, cool. Let's get that. Let's proportionate and save the rest for later." So it's been working out really, really well. My fiance is very happy with my body, so I'm happy with my body as well. And everything's been going really, really well. It's going very smooth, and it should be an awesome fight. I don't see any problems with this fight.
I think it's going to be awesome because the pair of you making a debut on Fight Pass, I think the excitement for the pair of you making debut will really, I think that's what will bring it out, and especially the weight class. The weight class is an exciting weight class anyway. I think it's just fast paced. It's a lot of action, and I think, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not got Fight Pass already, I will probably go round your houses and slap you all with a fish in the face because you need to buy Fight Pass. It's something you got to have in your lives. Honestly, it's worth getting. If you're a guy and you've got a missus, it's worth getting rid of the missus and having Fight Pass and just having a relationship with that. If I could change my Facebook status to in a relationship with UFC Fight Pass, I probably would do. It's that bad. So get it, ladies and gentlemen. It's well worth it. It's well worth the money. 4th of March, UFC Fight Pass, Titan FC 37. It's happening. Jose Torres making his debut against Mr. Dominguez. It's going to be awesome for the pair of them, and it's going to be awesome for me watching it. Jose, before you shoot off, my friend, what about your social media so people can jump on?
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, before that, see, when my fiance came up to me, or my girlfriend at the time came up to me and goes, "Hey, we're gonna watch the fights tonight." I'm like, "See, this is why you're the one. This is why
Yes.
you're the one."
Yes, she is. She is the
Yeah,
one. That's
she'd
the
like
answer.
UFC Fight Pass.
Yeah,
So
I've not met.
Um,
I've not met a woman, mate, who said that to me yet.
Yeah.
All I've heard is you're watching fights again, and every time a woman says that, it's go, just get out, and don't just go.
Don't bother me. Oh, she knows. If she's occupied with mouth and I'm watching fights, don't bother me. The only thing you're gonna bring me is food, and that's it. Don't ask me any questions. I'm watching the fight. But overall, first foremost, I have to thank Team KHK MMA or KHK MMA, and I have to thank Sheikh Khalid bin Hamad Al Khalifa for this great opportunity. Again, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be able to travel. I wouldn't have been able to go to San Diego Combat Academy for my last training camp, and I wouldn't be able to train in Columbia, Missouri, and now St. Louis, Missouri, and have the money back to travel another 4 hours in car to Chicago, Illinois, and have a great training camp. So I just wanted to say thank you to Sheikh Khalid bin Hamad Al Khalifa and KHK MMA. I'm finally going to be able to represent Bahrain and Team USA at the same time. Frankie Edgar got his chance, Makachev got his chance, and now finally Jose Torres is going to get his chance to represent KHK MMA. So I'm very, very happy. Just watching me walk out with the KHK MMA t-shirt and a double-sided flag with USA and Bahrain, showing unity around the world. And overall, I just want to thank everyone for supporting me, all the promoters, all the media guys, you especially for this interview, and just everyone else around the world helping me out, and just get UFC Fight Pass. If you don't know anything about me, get UFC Fight Pass. Type in my name, Jose Torres, and you'll see 5 fights already, so at least you'll get a little background on me.
Yes.
But overall, please follow me on Instagram, Jose Torres, Twitter, ShortyTorres125, and Facebook, Jose Torres MMA, and I really appreciate all of this. Thank you so much.
And there you go. You've heard it there. There's Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. The people who are listening to this, you will have at least one of them. So you have to jump on and you have to give him a follow. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, give him a follow, give him support, and enjoy his career. Watch his fights, like you said, on Fight Pass. Get an idea of who's going into the cage. Because the guy you're watching on Fight Pass right now, the fights that are on there, will not be the same guy that steps in. That's what's exciting about this. He's had a lot of time with a lot of great people who he's been learning a lot. Like you said, 10th Planet, you've been on your back doing maybe rubber guard and stuff. Who knows if you do get on your back, get put on your back, what you might whip out a triangle, to an omoplata, to whatever, it could be anything. We don't know what we're going to see. Loving it, looking forward to it. Jose, thank you very much, my friend, for your time. It's been a pleasure as always speaking to you.
Thank you so much, and remember, if anything you need, I'm more than happy to help. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, buddy.